I must start off this video by saying that it has been a long standing wish of mine to have a native way to edit videos, especially for social media and shorts, and maybe even for some slightly longer form videos like 10-minute or 15-minute videos in Canva. But the video editor we got with the November 2025 update of Canva has some issues that I must talk about. I must again say that I love Canva very much because it has enabled me to have easy and affordable and fast entry into sharing the information I have with the world, even with the demands of life. So anything I say are not criticisms, just features I think creators would benefit from having. And I also know that this version is only the beta version and much more things will soon be added to it. And with that out of the way, the most hyped thing about this new video editor is this free movement of elements. If you remember before, an element would be stuck to the page that it was on. So if I want to move this element, which is in this page, forward or backward, it will not be possible. But now there are no such constraints. I can move it in any direction I want, even through the page boundaries. So this is one page, and if I want, I can move this asset right between two pages. There are no restrictions whatsoever. You can imagine that this opens up a lot of creativity. But as I mentioned, there are some things that need to be added. In the new video editor, which is what we are seeing in the screen now, there are no more pages. These things that are at the side of pages are now just called background. And this is where we put our clips. To do this, we can go to our elements and just drag and drop an element right here. But if we want to add an element to a particular track here, we have to hold, drag, and drop. If we just click on the element, it is just going to add a new background here instead of adding the element to the track. So, just to make things fully clear, to add an element to the track, we have to hold, drag, and drop at the side and in the track where we want the element to be. I'm going to delete these. Another thing to notice is that we can have a blank background and create a full video with just the tracks. So if we go to this area, we get this plus button like before. Click it to get these options to create a background with our uploaded assets or a stock video or a stock photo or blank. If you click this, we get this blank background. And we can go to the color and change the color to black. And this is the best practice because all the video players on the internet have a black background by default. So even if our assets is a little misaligned, if we have a black background, it will not be very obviously visible or just look kind of cinematic sometimes. So I'm going to delete this again. Now to start with the first problem that I have. The thing I want to talk about and that is causing me a lot of headache currently is this play on repeat feature. So let's bring in this 5-second element. So this is 5 seconds. Before we could go to this edit menu while this asset is selected, then click this play on repeat and it would just span the entire duration of the page below it. We of course could not move it across the pages. So let's see here. This is an asset. If we go to edit, play on repeat is on and we can span it across the entire page even though this clip is just 5 seconds. Sometimes when we add an element to the page, it would automatically play it on repeat until it spans the entire duration of the page. But this is no longer possible. So this has obviously been an issue. But solving this is also very easy. What we have to do is just stack the elements one after another. If they're attached at the edges, they will just play smoothly without any problem, which is okay by me, but I'm a little puzzled why the play on repeat feature is still there, but it's not working. I'm pretty sure this is a glitch, this being the beta version and all, and it will be solved soon enough. The next thing that has changed my workflow is the ability to export a few selected space pages instead of the entire project. So this is an old project and if we go to the share button and then the download button and we find this page where we can select to either export all the pages or just select a few page or just the current page to export. But if we go to the new video editor, there are no options to choose a page here. So we have to export the entire video. This has made me rethink how I create my shorts. Before, I would just add the entire song or a large part of a video tutorial here, then select the parts like I have cut up the page here with the split option and have all the shorts I want here and export the one into pages that I want to create shorts with. So the workflow was that upload the whole thing, cut up into shorts in one go, and then export one page or two pages as needed. But now, what I have to do is I upload the full song, but then cut up the shorts part, and then delete all other parts and then export, which is actually not that much of a problem, but it has been a change. If you also followed my workflow where you just created a full project, then cut up parts of it as shorts and then exported those cut up parts, then this is a change in the workflow that you must employ, at least currently. Another thing that we have lost, and many Canva users, including me, are lamenting and are pretty sure that are going to come back, is this trim feature. So let's see what I mean. If we go to one of the older projects and click on one of the video elements, we can see this button, which allows us to use this handle to choose a certain part of the video to play, which is very handy if we want to just take out a little clip from a video asset we have. But currently, if we see, we don't have that option right now. So trimming, we have to just do it from here somehow without having that trim window. We can also work around that, but I really like the trim window is that is what it is. Here is something I have heard people say that is missing, but actually it is not. And that is the page animation. So if we go back to old project, we can see that between two pages, if we hover our mouse, we can find these two options, that add page options and a transition option. This one, it adds a page transition. One of these transitions we can add between these pages. But now, if you go to the new video editor, many people say that they cannot find these buttons anymore. But those buttons actually are there. If I hover over here, we can see these two buttons. If you do not, what you have to do is just zoom in. What I am doing is using my touchpad to just zoom in on the timeline. And I'm pretty confident that this is going to help you find these buttons. Now I'm going to talk about the things that are still missing. There are two types of missing things in my mind. One is for video and one is for audio. When it comes to video, we still cannot stack effects for the text in our video. So let's go here and see this is text. And if we go click it, we get this toolbar, go to effect. And we can see that there is an outline option and there is a background option. We can have a background or have an outline. But what we can do is have an outline with a background, or the more common, have an outline with a lift or shadow effect. We can only have one effect at a time. I would like to be able to stack some effects for my creations, like many others. Another is the camera movement. Although we have this animate option where we can animate a page or text or any other elements that we have, but we do not truly have camera movement to pan across this image asset or zoom into an image asset or stuff like that. Just to add a little movement to our still image effects. And the audio part is that if we can see, like before in the new video editor, we have the option to detach audio. So if we click on one of the pages, which in the video editor is called a background, and right click, we can find this extract audio. And you can see here I have extracted the audio, but the thing is, I can't do anything with this audio. I cannot rename it, I cannot add it to my upload window, I cannot cut it up and then export it as MP3. This is a long standing issue, and the Canva people are aware of it, and I understand that they're very busy with many other features that they're adding, but I hope they will soon show a little more love to their audio features as well. I am an avid user of the Canva app, and I'm very appreciative of the opportunities that it has provided to many people around the world. I hope the things I've said has not discouraged you from using this new feature. I have always wanted a proper video editor in Canva, and now I have it. I'm very happy. Everything I say is to just help improve the capabilities of this video editor. For more on calm growth, both online and offline, please like and subscribe. I hope this has been helpful to you. Have a good day. See you soon.